Hey guys, the day is finally here. We're riding BMW's 2018 G310 GS. This is the follow-up to the G310R, which was released, well, the press intro was about a year ago, but the bikes didn't hit US dealerships till this past fall, 2017. So, there was some delays as far as quality control and making sure that the fit and finish of these bikes met BMW expectations in Berlin, and that was the reason for the delay, says BMW. But it's finally here, the baby GS. GS for every man and woman is what BMW is campaigning with this 310 GS, and it's a neat little bike. I really had fond memories of the G310R motorcycle. Just lightweight, easy to ride, good pep, looks cool, decent build quality, and that price tag, man, you can buy that bike for $5,000 with a 3-year warranty. This G310 GS is a little bit more expensive. It's $6,000, so $1,000 more expensive than the G310R, but still, a brand new BMW GS bike for $6 grand. Are you kidding me? It's a steal, and it comes with a 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty. 3-year warranty, $6 grand. That's a heck of a deal. One of the reasons why BMW was able to get that price so low is, this bike it's manufactured in India. TVS Motor Company out of India is responsible for manufacturing it under BMW supervision. BMW shipped in a whole army of engineers into India, embedded in that country at the factory, working alongside their Indian counterparts, building these bikes to make sure that it meets, BMW's legendary ride dynamic. I mean, nothing rides like a BMW Motorrad, and this $6,000 GS continues that trend. So we went on a nice ride today. It was raining, cold this morning, pretty gnarly conditions, but the bike worked really good. We got to ride it on some fire roads, and the handling was really good. A really nice, peppy, fun bike. Seat height's a little bit taller than the G310R, 2 inches taller, so it's going to be a little bit more of a challenge for shorter people to ride. But I still wouldn't say that this bike doesn't have a friendly riding position. I'm 6 foot tall. I can easily have both my feet firmly planted on the ground. If you were a person of average height, I don't think riding this bike would be a problem at all. The cockpit's just so slim here through the waist. This bike only has a single cylinder engine, which allows it to be really, really thin compared to a multi-cylinder configuration. And it's light, 379 pounds with a 2.9 gallons of fuel loaded up on this thing. During the course of our ride, we were averaging 55 mpgs. We were going pretty slow. Honestly, it was a kind of a slower ride just because of the rain. But still, 55 mile per gallon average, that's pretty good, We were still going kind of quick, though, when the weather eventually dried out. We were hitting freeway speeds and higher. And, this little 313cc engine, it gets her done. Has good torque. The throttle response on this motorcycle, something I really, really like. It is just so well calibrated and feels so natural. There's no adjustable power modes or anything, but it just works so well. Like, you have such a good connection here. Right now we're going to be doing a photo stop. The BMW Motorrad photo and video team's up here, so we're going to do a little photo pass, get some nice images for you guys to look at, and some more video footage that will eventually end up in another video. So we'll do a part 2 review video on this G310 GS, and that's where you'll see that footage. But very lightweight bike, very lightweight bike. This thing comes outfitted with a 19-inch front wheel instead of a 17-inch on the G310R, and that kind of gives it a little bit more rolling a bigger wheel means they'll be able to roll over obstacles more easily, and that's why BMW fitted that thing on there. It's a little bit more off-road worthy. You know, it's not full off-road 21-inch spec, but you know, it'll get the job done. Really like the subtle details on this bike. Like, even though it's a $6,000 bike, you know, the fit finish on it is quite high. You know, look at this dash. It's got a really nice looking dash loaded with functions. It's got fuel on there. It's got tachometer, gear position. You can go here through the menu system and see the date, mileage, trip, engine, coolant temperature, range, instant fuel mileage and average fuel mileage. Very nice setup. Fit and finish of all these components, it looks like genuine BMW stuff. This bike doesn't look like a bike that was made in India. You know, with the original G310R, that was one of my complaints was, you know, even though the fit and finish was really good, there was some subtle details like the orange peel paint on the fork leg, and you know, some of that kind of stuff. And BMW, they've upped the quality on this G310 GS. The quality appears even higher than the G310R, and that makes sense because that's one of the reasons why BMW had that production delay. That's why it took so long for these bikes to make it to America. It's because they just weren't totally satisfied with the fit and finish. And kudos to BMW for taking it seriously and, you know, not releasing these motorcycles till the right. And right now, as it sits, these motorcycles are right. There's the photo and video team right there. Just passed up. And it's a nice little bike. You know, right now we're in 5th gear, 46 miles per hour. This engine's not gonna, you know, doesn't have the most power by any means, but it's enough to put a smile on your face, yet not so much where you feel like you're gonna, you know, get out of control or have problems. It's very easy to manage and ride this motorcycle. Six-speed gearbox is a joy to shift through. Nice action. Clutch is the pull is easy, yet it has a quality feel to it. This doesn't feel like some toy Pep Boys bike. It feels like a real substantial motorcycle. You know, there's other motorcycles, entry-level motorcycles that are, you know, you kind of can't quite call them full-size motorcycles, or, you know, 90-95% there. This motorcycle feels like a full-size bike. I'm 6 foot tall, and the ergonomics are real accommodating for me. I like this handlebar. I like the sweep of it, how it's a little bit farther back. It means it's gonna be really good for everyday road riding. You know, if you're off-roading and stuff like that, it's probably gonna be a little bit too low and a little too far back. But honestly, I mean, this bike's not really designed for hardcore off-roading. Yeah, you can take it off-road on a fire road. Yeah, you can do some off-road maneuvers on it, but it doesn't have the suspension, spring rate, and damping control of a hardcore GS 1200. Still, though, I mean, the suspension has 7 inches of travel, so it's got some movement to it, and it works pretty good. You know, doesn't offer the best road holding of any bike I've ridden, but it's certainly not the worst either. It's actually quite incredible the performance you get for $6,000. You know, this is a bike that you're going to be able to ride to work and be comfortable. You're going to be able to hit the twisties and do some corners on it. You're going to be able to ride off-road a little bit on it. It's a very, very versatile motorcycle. We're taking a break right now. Those guys are getting their equipment all set up and whatnot. You know, the brakes on this motorcycle, it's got hydraulic disc brakes front and rear. You know, they work real well. I'm not gonna lie, it would be nice if there was some lever position adjustment. You know, I always like bringing the brake lever in closer to the handlebar just because I have smaller hands. So I usually am more comfortable with that, but not bad by any means. All right. We're about to take off right now. See if she'll do a wheelie. Oh yeah, she wheelies. Oh yeah, totally wheelies. 313 cc's, that wheelies in first gear. You cannot complain about that at all. We're in top gear, pushing 4,000 RPMs at 43 miles per hour. You know, probably the only real gripe I have with this engine is just it vibrates. You know, it vibrates. You definitely feel the buzz through the handlebars and the foot pegs. Not bad, not bad. I mean, what do you expect for an entry-level bike? But there is some buzz there. It's neat that BMW, you know, really, they did some cool things with this engine. Just like the Yamaha YZ250F and YZ450F motocross bikes, the intake's actually in the front of the engine, and the exhaust is at the rear of it. And what that allows is it just allows more compact packaging, and it just makes for a better balanced bike. And you really feel that through these turns, like very maneuverable motorcycle. I love that throttle response. You know, there's no adjustable power modes, no traction control, but the throttle response in this motorcycle is just so pleasantly organic. I love it. Feels like a perfectly tuned carburetor, but it's not a carburetor, it's fuel injected. But very nice. We're gonna pass this guy here. I know that's not the most legal thing to do, but we're gonna do it real quick. Sometimes you just gotta know when to go. Love the way this thing handles. I remember that on the G310R, that was one of the things I really liked about that bike, is how that somehow BMW nailed the riding dynamic and actually had that cool signature dynamic that the other BMW bikes have. Just amazing. Rear view mirrors have a decent view of what's going behind. You know, obviously the engine's a little bit vibey, so it's going to be shaking a little bit, but still plenty functional. Like that this bike comes with braided stainless steel brake lines. You know, other motorcycles that cost twice as much as this bike don't even come with metal brake lines, so it's cool to see BMW really paying attention to the details. Mentioned that before, all the fasteners, everything looks really nice on this motorcycle. It's also cool how these fasteners are actually metric instead of Torx. So Motorrad loves using Torx fasteners on all their other bikes, but because this is a world motorcycle and it's going to be sold everywhere around the world, they wanted to use a more standard configuration. So metric fasteners all the way around, which I like. Means you don't have to stock up on Torx bits in your toolbox, even though I have them, but if you didn't have them, it'd be a lot easier to work on this bike. You know, maintenance intervals are few and far between on this thing. You know, 600 mile break-in after you change the oil on that. I think it's, I want to say 7,500 miles between oil changes. Like, you know, it's chain final drive, so there's no monkeying with that. All you gotta do is lube the chain every once in a while, lube it after you ride it in the wet. As long as you're checking your oil, lubing your chain, making sure your tires are properly inflated, you're good to go, man. This bike is not gonna cost you a lot of money to operate. It's also got a relatively low compression ratio, and what that allows, it allows you to run 87 octane fuel. You know, BMW of course recommends running the premium stuff, but if you're in a pinch or you want to save some pennies, you can put 87 octane in this thing and it'll run just fine. And this bike comes equipped with Metzler Tourance tires. So this is a ADV street tire, so it's a road tire. It's designed for going on pavement, but you can also take it off-road too. You know, the lugs are pretty mellow though. This isn't a tire that you're gonna be able to just go mash off-road and just, you know, tear it up. It's definitely, you know, 90% street, 10% dirt, but they work good. You know, it's a premium tire. you guys are looking for tires for your motorcycle, make sure you check the link in the description of this video. I'm on my own now making these videos. I have no affiliation with any company or organization, so it'd really mean a lot to me if you guys could help support my channel by making a purchase through this channel. I get a small cut of everything you guys buy, and that'll just help fund this YouTube channel, allow me to keep making cool videos. You know, speaking of videos, what do you guys want to see? What do you want to see next? Leave me a comment. Do you want to see another bike test? Do you want to see some how-to videos? What bike do you want me to test? Let me know. Leave me a comment. I love hearing from you guys. It's just cool to be able to chat and communicate with, you know, fellow motorcyclists. I guess the $1 million question, actually it's the $6,000 question, is would I buy this bike? Would I buy this 2018 G310 GS? I'm actually really excited to log some more miles on this thing. Right now I'm living in Newport Beach, California, and you know the roads are real congested, they're real tiny, and a small motorcycle like this is perfect. It's perfect for a busy, dense beach city. So I'm actually really excited to ride this thing more. And you know, if I was buying an adventure bike, I would want something a little bit bigger, just because I need it to go on the freeway. You know, I need to go climb up steep hills. I need just something bigger and more powerful. You know, I'm a more experienced rider. So while this 313cc engine's nice, you know, it's gonna be a little bit easy to outgrow for a more experienced guy. So I would steer something, you know, more along the lines of the F800, that platform. You know, the 1200, fantastic motorcycle. It is unbelievable, but it's almost a little bit too big for me. You know, that's why I like that 800. I think it's a real good sweet spot. So I wouldn't buy this motorcycle just because it's a little bit too entry level for me, but I wouldn't hesitate from recommending it to someone who wants to try adventure riding. You know, they want to try, they want to see what it's like. You know, or a guy at home when, you know, he wants his girlfriend or his wife or significant other to get out there and ride once in a while. You know, at $6 grand, you're gonna be able to buy this thing. And if you don't ride it all the time, it's not that big of a deal. You know, you can ride it a couple times a year. You're not gonna really lose any sleep that it's collecting dust in your garage, because it just is so affordable. And I think that's where this bike's gonna come in real handy, is for a guy who wants to own another bike for one of his friends or for his lady to ride around once in a while. And if you were looking for a real friendly motorcycle that's just easy to ride, God, this G310 GS is that bike. I love it. It's so easy to ride. It's not a play bike. It's got enough performance, enough quality where you're riding a real full-size, substantial motorcycle. Props to BMW for this bike coming out. It's going to be a huge hit, I think, here in the United States and worldwide. Well, that's it from the 2018 G310 GS intro. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. Leave me a comment. Did you like this video? Did you not like it? You know, thumbs down it. If you don't like it, thumbs down it. Thumbs down it as much as possible. Love hearing feedback, good or bad. I'm trying to make this channel a little bit better every day, so love to hear from you guys. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.